Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniature. And we got an interesting box in the mail today, and this is one that I've been looking forward to. That comes to us from Hardcore Miniatures. So Hardcore, I believe, is based out of Russia, and what first drew my attention to them were their orcs. They had a set of very modular orcs with just tons of pieces, and that's not what's in this box. Nope, what's in this box is a black swordsman and a white ninja, for lack of better descriptors. So I had everything all nestled in the bubble wrap, nice and secure. Both have what look to be 32 millimeter bases. Yeah, okay. But you don't care about that. Let's take a look at what's in these figures. Let's take a look at our black swordsman. Because this, when I saw this, I could not resist. I'm usually pretty good about hanging in there and not making orders when I don't need to. There we go. Something about that armor there and the knives looks familiar. Not sure what. That's some old school looking armor if you wanted to do an actual Space Marine. Not that this is going to be an actual Space Marine, but it does look like one. And I gotta say, quite nice casting job there. We have a carved up orc head. I'm assuming that's gonna go under that foot there. A mechanical hand with a cannon built into it. Interesting. What's this? A backpack, okay. Getting nicely cast. Shades of a grimdark future. And let's look. Whoa, that's a large sword. Could almost be used for slaying dragons, perhaps. Yeah, I mean, totally, this is obviously inspired by Guts. If you didn't figure that out, I can't help you there. We've got... Okay. So despite the camera being wonky, you can see here, this is where the backpack is going to attach, and then his body, I guess, is going to... Oh, there we go. Helps when I have it on camera. Slot in like that. Quite nicely. Bloop. Oops. Here we have his head. Yep, that is a very Guts-looking haircut. Sadly, it doesn't look like we have any sort of helmet for him, but it's not like Guts ever wore one, other than when he got his Berserk armor. We have a little cap for the sword itself, once it gets trimmed off, and two little pipey handlebar things. I want to say those are probably going to go on those spots on the backpack. I could be wrong, but that's my first thought. See, oh, I bet you they go there. Look, look, look. There's a little indentation on the two sides of this vent. But they go in there and then click onto here. That makes sense. Okay, we figured out the black swordsman. Let's take a look at the white ninja. The winter ninja. Maybe the winter ninja. Interesting emblem he's got on his chest there. Now, I'll be honest, the reason I got this, check that out. He's got a backpack just like a certain figure I used to have as a child. You've got the slots for the swords to sheath in there. Ooh, boy. Two blades. So you actually have some options with this guy. You got the double dual swords, or you can go with the bow and arrow. That is super thin. I fear I would break it. Bow and arrow arms. And then we have a bow to attach to the backpack. You can actually see, when it gets in focus, there's those clips right there for it. So I guess if you're going to go with the dual blade version, you don't have to attach the sword hilts. Maybe I will anyway. But he's pretty straightforward. And you know I'm going to paint him in white. Yeah, it's totally supposed to be Storm Shadow if you can't tell. But anyway, when we get him in focus there, I'm going to get these guys put together, and I will give you my impressions in just a sec on them. Sit tight. Alright guys, we got our hardcore figures all put together here. Not that it took very long, but that's okay. So obviously we have our ninja right here. The White Shadow, or I forget what his official title is. But as you can see, we went with the dual blade version. Not 100% sure if I glued his bow on the quiver in the correct direction, but let's be honest, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. Everything went together really smoothly. You can see there's very little in the way of seam lines there. Not a whole lot of cleanup was necessary either. That's always a big plus. Everything fit, like I said, nice and good. I was playing around with the extra hilts if I was going to go with the bow version, and everything went smoothly. Gotta say, big thumbs up in that regard. So I was grabbing and playing around with, just curious about the size of these figures. So here is a ninja from Kyoshu Neko that I printed a while back. You can see here that this sculpt of our ninja friend here is a lot more true scale, which is fine. Grabbing a Reaper model. Of course, why they're interacting with fantasy figures, I don't know. Then again, if we have him fighting Marines or something. Actually, that's pretty good size there. I'm having to hold him close up to the camera so that whatever is the issue with my Samsung phone here, while I wait for a new camera to come, it seems to want to vibrate and shake ridiculously if it's far away from the object. So that's why we got to keep him close here. Actually, pretty decent scale there with my poorly painted witch hunter from a million years ago. But moving on to the real looker here. I hope that's just debris from me cleaning on his cheeks there. I think it is. He's got a good heft to him. I mean, he seems nice and thick and chunky. I've got him on the 32mm base that he came with. You can see where I tried to glue those tubes on. I think that's where they go. But I mean, I think he'd be just as comfortable on a 40mm base, to be perfectly honest, as I scrounge around looking for a 40mm base. Let's just see. I mean, yeah, honestly, I feel like, I guess if they let the legs splay out a little bit wider, it'd be perfect on a 40. But as it is, if you want to put them on a 32, it'll work. 30mm base, it's a Kingdom Death bottomer, because the toppers come with the guys in plastic. I mean, that works too. So, let's see if I have anything smaller. Could he fit on a 20? Barely. Just barely. But if you really wanted to have him squeezed onto a 20mm base, I guess it could work. I've been debating how I want to paint him. If I want to go with an off black for the armor and then like a true black for the cloak. But then I'm torn on what to do with the backpack as well. I'm sure I'll get him done really quickly. It's not like it's going to be a very complex paint job. But you can see he's a bigger. He's a bigger than the actual Primaris unit as we make up new words. I don't know, but then I look at like this Black Knight Recon Scout from the Maker's Cult. Fits in pretty nicely there. Any other models that might be? How about a Kingdom Death Bro? One of the few times you will see a Halloween Kingdom Death model on this channel, not on Halloween. I'm going to get these guys done up for Halloween this year. You'll see them then. But honestly, I gotta say, I really like what I got. And hopefully, as things get better in Russia, I'm hoping the best for all these guys. Hopefully, everybody's safe over there and not hurting too bad. But I know once things improve and we're able to order again, I am absolutely going to be grabbing some more of their figures, especially some of those Marvel inspired orcs. They've got like Ghost Rider, Punisher, Cable, Hulkbuster armor from Iron Man. They got tons and tons of orcs with just piles of stuff. So if you dig that, do take a look. Like I said, we'll have a link down below, and hopefully there will be something there, and you'll be able to order something that is going to make you just as happy as I am with him. So, with that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.